All right, guys, what's going on today, tonight, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods? Yeah, and if you follow bodybuilding for the last, few years, you've no doubt heard of Bader Boodai. He is kind of the Joe Weider of the Middle East, I guess, if you will. This guy, of course, has started the Oxygen line of gyms over in Kuwait. Very successful gyms, per se, all things considered, I guess, in terms of the caliber of bodybuilder that these gyms are putting out. Now, everybody knows about all the bodybuilders that go over to Kuwait, take the anabolic chicken, if you will, to coin a phrase, to steal a phrase, and they come back and they make incredible gains and they've transformed themselves. Now, a lot of top bodybuilders are training over in at the Oxygen Gym in Kuwait, and again, it's probably only going to get larger. News is, of course, Regan Grimes is going over there. You got Big Ramy, Nathan Diasha, John De La Rosa, Brandon Curry, Rolly Winkler. Victor Martinez was over there in 2017. You got Ahmed Askanani, of course, 212 division, uh, tremendous bodybuilder. If you actually saw the new Generation Iron 2 movie that is on Netflix, you will actually see peek into the life of these guys over in Kuwait. Looks pretty lush. My understanding is though you can't really party over there. You can't drink. I might be wrong. Now, where exactly did Bader Boudai? Where does he come from? Could find a whole lot on that. However, the Boodai family is pretty well off. Obviously, he comes from money. So these guys started an airline. They have their hands in a lot of different ventures over in Kuwait. The Boodai Corporation, it's a Kuwaiti-based group of diverse companies, everything from construction to shipping and energy. So yeah, he comes from it looks like a family money, which is just fine. He's spending the money on gyms, which is pretty awesome instead of high-end cars and jet planes. Although I'm sure he has probably both. But again, Bader himself now, in an interview that I saw, said that he actually his business ventures included a children's play center, a high-end luxury car mechanic shop, and a hookah cafe. So I don't know how you can build $15 million gyms, owning those businesses with the money earned off of those. I don't know. Although the high-end car thing, I'm sure is pretty lucrative over in Kuwait. There's a ton of money over there, obviously. So it is what it is. But Bader Boudai, I mean, you gotta love him or hate the guy. I mean, he's had some issues with some bodybuilders, some of the gurus, if you will, Dennis James, Chris Aceto, those kinds of guys, all over Big Ramy. Issues with Big Ramy, of course. Louis Marco, kind of in the know with Bader Boudai, from my understanding. Got a free trip over to Oxygen Gym, and he pushes the Camel crew very hard, as he especially Big Ramy, and rightfully so. Now Bader, of course, himself is under the assumption that Big Ramy is the uncrowned Mr. Olympia, and Bader's a pretty interesting guy. You have to give him props for kind of being, as some people call him, the new Joe Eater of bodybuilding, if you will, although he's crossed, the oceans. But nevertheless, with social media and the digital age, etc., it doesn't really matter where you're at anymore. You can hype bodybuilding, you can help bodybuilding, you can grow bodybuilding. So Bader Boudai got into bodybuilding in 1994 to rehab an injury that he had, and he just kind of fell in love with it and decided that he wanted to expand it, bring it to Kuwait, and transform it. Now, bodybuilding over in Kuwait is these guys are treated like celebrities. You hear this when I saw an interview with King Kamali. He's talked about how over there, these guys are worshipped, and the people are much more passionate and respectful and to bodybuilding. So yeah, it's only a growing sport over there, and that's pretty amazing. So you can attribute a lot of that to Bader Boudai, and hopefully, he keeps things going in the right direction, and he continues to dump his money into bodybuilding. It can really, in the end, only help.